I forgot how to say hi. It's been a while. Thanks for sticking around, but I am back. So last month in February 2022, I set up a challenge for myself to only take black and white photo for a whole month. If you have seen my work before, or if you follow any of my social, you would know colors are a big part of my photography works. However, I'm surrounded by many great photographers who captures great work in black and white. And I often have this conversation with them, and they will tell me that they actually see the world in black and white when they're taking photos. And I'm so curious how that works. I like to challenge myself to see if I could see the world the way they do. So last month, I shot a total of 9 rolls of film, 8 different stocks. 7 of them are new to me. February 1st, the first day of the challenge, I went to B&H to stock up some film. Yeah, just that one, Orca.
Which one?
Orca, right there.
Orca? One of Orca, yeah?
Yes, one Orca. And let's pick up some XP2 Ilford for 35. Do you have the Cinestill black and white as well right now?
I think I have it. Have a pack of that.
Can I also have a 120, HP5 in 120? On this trip, I chose something that I am familiar with, which is HP5, and 2 of the film that I have no idea what they do. I had no idea what I would learn from this challenge when I was starting it, and all I can say, I was excited to find a new way to challenge myself and give myself a new eye to see this world and a different way to approach my photography. Only 3 days into the challenge, I ran into my first problem. I bought another camera. So, this is Jordan. I just bought off another point and shoot off him.
It's a good one though.
It is a good one. I've been looking for this forever. And so, because of you shoot black and white, you just showed me the black and white account that you have.
I will.
Right there. What is it called?
It's the name of it?
Yeah.
Real J Life.
Real J Life?
I have one that's really J Life is color.
Okay.
And Real J Life is black and white.
So the real deal.
It's the real deal.
So, which one should I load in?
Cinestill in the Ilford.
Yeah.
I've never shot the Cinestill. I have a roll of it at home. I've never shot it, but I have shot the Ilford.
The XP2?
Yes, I have shot the XP2. Usually I'm an HP5
Me too.
guy, but I have shot the XP2.
Well, I barely shoot black and white. So if I do have to load one today,
I would say to do the Cinestill.
Cinestill?
Yeah, do the Cinestill.
Okay, on your new camera.
Yeah,
well, on
it.
my new camera.
On your new camera.
I've been looking for this camera for so long though. Sadly, it's not a 28mm wide version, but I'm still very happy with this purchase. So at this point, I have loaded my camera with HP5 in the medium format, Cinestill BWxx in the 35mm format, and the Lomo black and white film in the 110 camera. Also this month I also picked up skiing, which is completely new to me. I needed a reason to like winter again, and I thought having some winter activity will help, and it really does. I'm a little addicted. On my first few ski trip this month, I brought the Pentax 110 with me. I thought it was a small camera to bring, which will be just perfect, but I wasn't very good at skiing at the time, and I felt really bad and injured myself. At the ski resort, brought the black and white, put a little yellow filter. Hurt my lips. Oh, probably don't need to see that. We're gonna try to take some photos. Ooh, wait, that's a good shot. It's actually gonna be a good one. Right after this first ski trip, I also randomly scheduled myself to another ski trip with people who I don't actually know. We all just rode a car into Vermont and stayed there for 4 days. It's a perfect opportunity for me to bring my new Fuji Klasse camera with me. I was devastated on the mountain. everything I see was just color inspired. I see people in red jackets. I see just accents that pop on the snow mountain, on the white snow mountain, and so beautiful. And I was hating myself that I don't have color film with me. Throughout this trip, I didn't tell anyone on the trip that it was my birthday. I didn't feel like to celebrate on this birthday. However, the day before, February 8th, I've gotten the best news and probably the best birthday gift ever. Excuse whatever this is going on. Today is the day before my birthday, and I finally received my visa approval that I've been working on since 2020. Actually, since even before that. I'm officially on artist visa, which allowed me to do freelance work freely in the US, and I could finally travel. I could finally go back to China and see my parents and come back freely for the next 3 years, and the next 3 years, and then another 3 years. I'm just, I don't know what to say other than praise God. It's been a long journey. This visa has taken me so long in working, and really is without anyone around me who has helped me in any sort of way, or just you watching and following me on socials, I would not be able to be getting this visa this soon. I thought it would take me years and years and years to have this visa approved, and I'm honestly just grateful and shocked. The ski trip was really fun. I shot through the whole road of black and white Cinestill on my Fuji Klasse camera, and I would say there are some photos that are good and some just I am not really a fan of. I'm not sure if it's just how the camera is metering all over the place because the snow is so bright and bouncy and it's hard to meter, or I'm not sure. I have no particular feeling about the camera itself. I would say though, for the Cinestill stock, I found it very flat and the highlights are just overcast with the silver quality. I'm not really a fan of. I found myself really liking a very contrasty black and white. Coming back from the ski trip the next morning, I had to wake up for a B&H event, which is on the edge in Hasselblad. I know with this invitation, they expect me to turn in some photos for them for promotion. So this is the first time I broke my rule a little bit to shoot a roll of color film. I just put some fresh Lomo 800 in here to capture this, is it twilight in the morning? I don't know, I can't English today. So also got this new camera and I wanted to try it out, but with black and white. So let's do it. So very quickly I shot through all 3 rows that I have gotten on my first trip to B&H, and I was on my way to get more film. So I'm at B&H again, and I came here for my first round of black and white film the first day of February, and today is February 11th. So it took me 10 days. I haven't finished all of them yet. I still have, I think, 1 more row of 35mm to finish, but I thought I will stock up on medium format since I wanted to try out this camera a little more. It's such a beautiful one, and yeah, I got 3. We've got options. So we got a Foma, and we got Shanghai, which I never tried it nor heard of it, and a Rolly. I've never tried any of these. Let's see. So we got 100, 200, and 400. I didn't even check. I think we can do some 100. Still like bright outside. Let's try Foma. Why not? started. Oh, there we go. It's only the second time doing this, so. So now we are a third of the way through this challenge, and I finally started shooting some portraits. I just took a photo of this beautiful couple, and I'm so sad because I should have placed them. The background should have be different. The background really should have been different. So I'm looking at the footage, the interview footage after the photo, and I placed them against the building as closer to them, like this way. But then I'm looking at the footage of the buildings behind them. It's all like the light was falling on the building. Oh, I wish I did that. I wish I did that. Their clothes matches so well with the vintage New York City architecture, the textures, everything. I am screaming because I wanna go back and ask them again, but I know they're gone. Without knowing what it could have been, the photo is still great. But there are just things in my mind that I wish I placed them on the other side of the street. I wish there was a color film, and I wish I have their contact to invite them to shoot more stuff. Those are just the things I think about all the time after taking a photograph. So I'm finally ready to load my second roll of film into my new Fuji Klasse camera, this time with XP2. So it's halfway through the challenge right now, and I've learned a couple of things already. However, I am still frustrated in a lot of things. This is how I feel right now. My brain is so wired to be inspired and see colors that I am not taking black and white photo as black and white photo. I'm taking black and white photos as a colorless color photo. The best way I can try to explain what I mean is that I'm bilingual in both Chinese Mandarin and English. And when I talk in English, I think in English, and I construct my sentence differently than when I'm speaking Chinese. And sometimes it takes a while for me to switch my brain into Chinese thinking. Then the way I speak, the way I talk, the way I think becomes different. And I think I'm slowly changing my perspective, and I think there's still a long way to go. And I can't wait for me to summarize at the end what I learned throughout the month. As the month goes by, I have chatted with many people who are very good at taking black and white film. One of them being Eno. She is an excellent black and white film shooter. And one thing that she told me have really encouraged me and changed my mindset on black and white film photography. She reminded me that the skill set I have developed in color photography is more advanced than my skill in black and white. In other words, I can expect the same result. On the 17th of February, another big thing has happened, which is the launch of my Moment course. If you didn't know, last year I filmed with Moment, my first online course about film photography. In the course, I have touched on my process in film and how I do things from the beginning till the end. And if you're interested in looking more into this course, I will put a link into the description. And for anyone who has purchased this lesson, I would just like to give you a really, really, really big thank you. This is the first time I have done something like this, so there are a lot of things I wish I have done better. And so if you have any question, please send me a DM, comment under this video, and I'll try my best to give an answer back to you. today I'm actually going to break the rules a little bit by shooting color because it is outside of my challenge. It's some client work, so forgive me on that. I think I'm getting better at loading this now. Hopefully I didn't say it too soon. Okay, what's happening? It's the same day. We had the photo shoot in full sun. What is this now? I forgot to mention, so way back in the Edge event in the beginning of the month, I met Dolo Photo, Christopher. He's a friend of BWxx, and he gifted me one roll of Lomo Berlin 400 film to try. And I loaded up in my Nikon F3 and shot it around my neighborhood. Now we've come to the end of the challenge. Me and my best friend Callie went to see Billie Eilish and Patrick Jones' concert. However, tragically, I have used up all my film. So instead, I start using my iPhone to capture moments around me to continue the challenge without using a film camera. What did I learn from this month experiment? I think one of the biggest thing is that I got to know a lot of my shooting habit. When you get really comfortable doing something for a long period of time, you kind of forget why you like certain things and why you do it. And this month is a self-discovery journey with me constantly figuring out what I like in the image, and especially what do I like in the color imagery, and how can I imitate that feeling, that vibe into black and white photo, and even boil down to what is the vibe that I enjoy in the photograph. I find out I myself really like using a tighter lens to start with anything new in photography, because the wider the lens is, the more you have to include in the photo, and when I'm not skilled enough to include everything just becomes messy and you don't exactly know what your narrative is. That also goes to, I enjoy shooting SLR to start with black and white. Well, because the single lens reflex helps me to really see what I'm shooting at instead of just a point and shoot, which is certainly more advanced when you know what you're looking at with your bare eyes without a frame to lock down the photos for you. Another really interesting thing that I start to notice is that even within colors, every shades of colors are different when they render into black and white. I don't know why this just didn't really came across in my mind before, but every color has different saturation and luminance, and I guess that's what people mean by seeing the world in black and white. I start to notice myself seeing, let's say, just blue skies with some red elements into it, and all I can think about is how much saturation and luminance is between those two objects, and is it strong enough to separate the background to my subject, or is it gonna be a flatter image which that's also an approach to black and white. It is without to say that black and white is where photography came from, and this black and white challenge really has trained my eyes to notice the thing that I've never noticed before. I really was lack of practice in my eyes and training of seeing the shadows, textures, just the quality of light, and without nailing down the basic knowledge, I feel like it will always be hard to advance further in photography. I don't know if I'm just hungry, maybe I'm just hungry, but all I can think of is think about a dish. Salt and pepper are the fundamental of a dish. After salt and pepper, you can season with more other flavorful things, but a flavorful dish without the fundamental salt and pepper will still not exist as a good dish. That's kind of how I think of choose to shoot black and white, and I think I will continue to shoot black and white because of that reason, is to really improve the bare bone photography in my journey. Therefore, I can add more spice to it to make it different, to make it distinct, to make it stand out. With all that, I have to practice on the very, very, very basic. Anyways, so all that's to say is that I am so glad I did this challenge. I am so glad you made it this far to see all my process in this challenge. In a way, I feel like I have a new skill on my belt, and I feel like I have 2 pairs of glasses that I could switch back and forth and see the world in different perspective, one in color, one in black and white. But I'm interested to know that what other kind of challenges would you like me to take on for the remaining of this year? And also I'm curious to know, what is your favorite black and white film? Let's start a discussion in the comment, and I will be very happy to see you next time back to this channel. So bye.